dropping the phone. I was looking up here to see where my glasses were. They're on top of my head. Come on in, everybody. Participate, comment. Let me set it up here. Whew, how's everybody doing? I am just sitting back here on my bed, and I was going to go in the living room, but I think I might just sit right here. Y'all going to have to let me know. I forgot to turn the Wi-Fi off, so actually I might have to go closer to the Wi-Fi. I forgot I had my phone set on Wi-Fi from the beach. So let's just go on in here and let me get the light on. We'll just move around closer to my Wi-Fi. There we go. How's everybody doing? The fireside family. Come on in here. Hopefully it'll pick up this Wi-Fi. Hopefully we got a good signal tonight, y'all. Let me get over here and see. Oh yeah, it got a little bit better when I come in here. All right, I'm gonna crawl up on this bed. This bed is so high. All right, here we go. Oh, somebody sent me a little watermelon dancing. Look at that. Rebecca Crowfoot. Look at that, it's still dancing. Oh my goodness. Good evening, everybody. You can tell I am back home. I posted a couple videos and I am back home. Oh my goodness. Somebody sent a whole bunch of gifts. That must have been Rebecca. That's the only name I see jumping up on here. I don't know if I'm too close to this camera or not, y'all. But hey, everybody, got home. Oh, it was a long trip. Oh, I left about 6:15, 6:30, I guess, down there from Calabash. And it was over 400 miles coming home. And it just seemed like it took forever. I was just rolling up the road. And then I stopped for lunch. And then after lunch, I got real tired. I got real sleep. I mean, I just got tired. So I finally got home about 2:15, 2:30, something like that. And I'm like, I come in, I didn't even unload the car. I came straight in and laid on the bed, but then I was wound up, so I couldn't go to sleep. I think I dozed a couple times. I had some weird dreams. So I'm like, I'm getting up. So I got up, and that's when I went to the chickens, and I hadn't even been to see the chickens yet. I said, them chickens going to have to wait. Then it started misting rain, and oh, somebody said I'm a little blurry. Let me see if I can, sometimes I can turn it around and turn it back, and it'll straighten up. Somebody said, is Pam on? I guess these comments are all out of order. I'm on now. All right, good on y'all's end. Okay. Okay, it's much better. Okay, sometimes it doesn't focus, and then if I like reverse the camera, focus over there, and then focus back, it straightens up. So that's looking good. All right. Well, did all that, went and got the eggs, posted some videos, and a lot of people are concerned about those guineas not having food. Those adult guineas, they don't eat that much in the summertime, y'all. They would rather have bugs and forage for their food. So don't think I'm not giving them any food. They are fine. They will not go hungry. We have 20 acres of bugs here to eat. So they are fine, and they can spend a few days like that. Even when the pen was open, they didn't go in there much in the summertime. Now you got to feed them in the wintertime. But yeah, you do not have to. The lady I got them from, she had like 60 guineas up there. She has a lot of guineas. And she says she doesn't even feed hers any food in the summertime. That forage there and forage. And if you ever watch the guineas, they walk with their head down to the ground, and they are constantly eating. All right, Tina want to know, when did my mom pass away? She passed away in December of 2017. So these are all old videos of her. And that's what I've been posting, one a day on YouTube till we get them all out there. Denise, a gift. Thank you, Denise. I hope you're feeling better. When do I go to my sister's house? I don't know yet. I got to figure that out yet. Shirley said, don't worry about what people say. You know what you're doing. Yeah, I've been doing, it's trial and error with these guineas. All the guineas are different. These guineas, I cannot believe that they stayed here. They broke out of their pen, y'all. They broke out of the net, and then they broke out of the pen. Joyce, thank you for the gift. So, Tony did the best he could, and he tried to lock them up, and they broke out of the pen after that. So, but they didn't run away. And then they went back in the pen all by themselves. I should go down tonight and see exactly where do they go at night, because I unplugged the light in the coop because it's summertime. It doesn't get dark early. So I don't know if these are scared to go in the coop. I might run down there later and just curious of where those 5 little guineas are going at nighttime, because that'll help me determine, how they're progressing along here. But those 5 guineas that I got, they're actually called jumbo guineas, and they are going to get bigger than the ones I got already. So I'm anxious to see how big they're going to get, and they are growing fast. So that's good. Joy said she needs prayer. A lot of people are, yeah, they went back to the pen all by themselves. He didn't try to round them up or nothing. The pen was open and they went in there. So, let's see here. Yeah, I was telling you, a lot of people need prayer on here. A lot of, I don't know if I told y'all, my little friend, she's a follower on here, Irma, in West Virginia. She used to message me all the time, and in May, her messages just dropped off, and I couldn't find out what happened to her. Well, luckily, I had her phone number, and I had been calling her about, I tried to call her 2 or 3 times since the middle of May. No one ever answered her phone, and I was wondering what the world happened to her. But anyhow, I got a hold of her today, and I was so excited. I think she'd fell or something, been in the hospital, and then been to a rehab, and she was on her way home today. So y'all remember Irma. I don't know if she'll see this video or not, but she was waiting to get out of the rehab today and for someone to take her home, and she was excited to be going home. So I was glad that I connected with her, because I couldn't figure out what happened to her. Mary said, I can't believe how much they've grown in a week. I think they grew a lot too. So, but the big guineas pick on them. So that's why they are separated. They're not walking around the pen because they're hungry. They're not walking around the pen trying to get in. They're trying to get at those little guineas. And they'll walk around and they'll call. And that's what I want them to do. Call for each other, hang out with each other, get used to each other. And once they get used to each other, then I'll be able to open them up, and anybody who wants to can go in the pen. Tony did great with little Jace, so he kept them 2 days by himself, so they did great. And so yeah, he's at the garage right now. A friend of his was over earlier, and he was down there, and I don't know. He's working on something at the garage, trying to get it to run, and it was acting weird, so he was down there. Oh, Lord, Shirley said, it looks like the garden is calling your name. I looked out there. We've had so much rain. I haven't even been in that garden in 2 or 3 weeks. And we've had so much rain. The weeds are bigger than the plants now. Let me see if I can reverse this around again. That's just a bunch of storage boxes over there when I reverse. But we'll look and see if we can get this cleared up. Let's see, prayers for Joyce, Frank. Let's see here. Happy birthday to everybody celebrating. Who's got a birthday on here today? I didn't see who had a birthday, but I'm glad to be home today. I'll be glad to sleep in my bed tonight. Tom and Miss Kitty are fine. I saw them both as soon as I pulled in the driveway. Tom was a cutting across the yard, going to the shed. He loves that shed. And Miss Kitty was laying out front. She lays out front and watches the bird feeders. I've never seen her try to get a bird out of when they come to the feeders, but she lays underneath the feeders and watches for them. And then she got up on the porch and laid. Sharon wants to know, ever thought about getting ducks for your pond? I would like ducks for my pond. If you could just put some ducks out there and let them stay, but you got to lock them up at night, keep them away from the predators and all that. So I think I don't know. I don't know that much about raising ducks. I've only had baby ducks, and then I would give them away to people who had ducks. So I don't know anything about raising ducks. Let's see, Rebecca said, today is my mom's 95th birthday. Oh, but she passed away 5 years ago. Well, your mom must have been about the same age as my mom. My mom was born in, I can't think they would be the same age. My mom was born in 1930, so I think your mom must have been, Margaret said, no ducks, they're dirty, they make your pond messy. Okay, Margaret, I trust your opinion. Anything about a chicken, a duck, or farm, I know Margaret's going to be on here and I can ask her about it because she's raised all this stuff. All right, Rebecca said, yep, 1930. That's when my mom was born. She was born June 14th, Flag Day of 1930. Let's see, we got Val on here tonight from Ontario, Canada. Whew. Tina said she's having a bad day today. Her cousin passed away 2 years ago today. Oh, Margaret said she does want turkeys. Margaret, I've raised turkeys. Tony bought 10 or 12 turkeys one time. And we raised them till they were big and they were friendly, and I could go out and pick up that big old turkey. They weighed 25 pounds. They were wonderful. But then they started having babies, and we had too many turkeys, and I had too much to do, so I got rid of the turkeys. But we had the turkeys was actually where the chickens are at now. That was actually the turkey coop. But the thing with turkeys, they don't like to go in a coop at night. I was trying to get mine to go in a coop at night, but they don't much go in a coop like chickens. They like a run and they like a roosting post, I think outdoors more than likely. But ours did go in and lay eggs on the inside of the coop, and I hadn't looked inside that coop for a while, and when I looked in there, we had about 25 eggs stockpiled over in the corner, and we had them sitting on the eggs, and then they hatched. I mean, we had little turkeys running everywhere. And then I sold them all to this lady. I just told her, come get them. I'm done with the turkeys. It was way too much. I worked full time. I had my mom full time here. And so I wasn't keeping any animals that didn't produce something. Oh, Margaret said they have bears. Yeah, one of my friends has turkeys, and they're always getting killed. I don't know what kills them. Nothing ever killed any of our turkeys. But they didn't free range all the time. I would let them out and then put them back up. But they would wander the whole property when they were out. The little baby chicks are doing fine. They're almost as big as the regular chickens now. So instead of 16 chickens, I'm going to have to start counting 20. And I don't know how old they are to where they'll start laying eggs in about 20 weeks. I think I've had them about maybe 2 months. I think we got them in April. I don't know how old they are or when they'll start laying. I should have wrote that down, and one of y'all might remember when we got them, and let me know when those little baby chicks get 20 weeks old, and we'll look. Oh, Margaret said a bear come through their yard and the horses chased them away. How many horses do you got, Margaret? Somebody else just sent, Denise Loudermilk just sent a gift. Thank you for that. Wow, we got over 1,000 people watching tonight. We haven't been hitting 1,000 lately, but we got 1,000. And I know a lot of y'all are enjoying the videos of my mom. So We are posting one every day at 4 o'clock on YouTube. We're not putting them on Facebook yet, but YouTube, we're doing one a day, and I'm not sure which one got posted today. We are going on a trip. Tony told me today he's counting the days down. I think it's 40 days away or something like that until we go to South Dakota. So that's going to be a big trip for him and I. We're going to travel separate, but we're meeting up there. And we're going to meet up there and spend a whole week in South Dakota. So I might even drive down to Nebraska. I don't know yet what I'm going to be doing. Oh, it was folding laundry part 2. Did y'all notice when she was folding them clothes and she picked up a big pair of something? She said, "Oh, these must be Tony's." That cracked me up. I don't know if that was on today's video or not. Yep, he's getting excited. Get to folding. I told her to get to folding. She liked to have something to do, and she loved housework. She's always loved housework. She always loved making the beds, folding the clothes. She kept up on everything. She got the eggs every day. So she did all that until she wasn't able to do it anymore. But every day she would walk to those coops and get those eggs. That was her job. And she did it every day. When she first moved here, she was 82. And then she died at, I think, 86 and a half. So about 4 years, she walked every day to get them eggs. That was the highlight of her day. She said you didn't look like you lost weight. Oh, she was always telling me that. She would tell me, my mom was thin, and she'd say, "I don't know how my kids ended up fat." She would just flat out tell you. She said, "I wasn't ever fat, your daddy wasn't fat, and all my kids ended up fat." And she'd tell me, if I was as big as you, I'd just wire my mouth shut and I wouldn't eat no more. She just flat out telling everybody. Barbara, thank you for the gift. Yeah, she always, she was a big help to me because I cooked every day when I got home from work. But she didn't cook much after she moved out here because she was already getting the Alzheimer's. But she would keep up with, she loved laundry. So she would always do all the laundry and put it all away. And she would go around, make the beds, and piddle around stuff like that. Whew, okay, I need to get to the devotion. We didn't even get the devotion in last night, y'all. Let me see if I get the my little book. I had my little book in, but let me bring it up here. All right, Friday, June 27th. Tonight is in the Song of Solomon. Catch for us the foxes, the little foxes that ruin the vineyards. And the title is Catch the Little Foxes. It's the little foxes that spoil the vine, my grandmother used to say. Then my mom repeated the same thing. And now I say it to my own children. But what does it mean to beware the little foxes? After planting grapevines, it can take several years before they bear fruit. The vines require a lot of patience, care, watering, pruning, and protection. Foxes, even though small, can cause major damage by destroying the roots, eating the grapes, and chewing the stalk. In the love story of the Song of Solomon warns, "Catch for us the little foxes that ruin the vineyards." Some scholars believe this refers to seemingly small problems or behaviors that could threaten the young man and woman's relationship if left unchecked. Likewise, for our spiritual journey, little things like bitterness or even harmful influence from others slip into our lives and hardly be noticed. My grandmother understood that little things can cause great harm, and her wisdom spoke volumes to her grandchildren. As we spend time in prayer and reading the scriptures, the Spirit will help us catch the little foxes, the temptations or habits that might spoil our relationship with others and our walk with Christ. All right. So that's our little devotion for tonight. And I'm going to have to just tie this hair back, y'all. I need a ceiling fan in this little room. This little room doesn't have a ceiling fan like most of the other rooms, and all the other bedrooms in my house have ceiling fans. All right, somebody said this is blurry again. Let me shake that around. Look at my foot right there. I am hot. I've been running around. Actually, after I come back from the chicken coop, I decided I carried all the stuff from the car to the house before I went to the coop. And then when I got back from the coop, I unpacked everything. So I am getting ready to actually start a load of clothes. I did not cook dinner. Tony had something in here left over, so he ate that. And I just wasn't feeling it, y'all. I just said, I was wiped out when I got home today. And I had ate lunch, and I'm like, I don't feel like cooking tonight. I don't feel like eating tonight. Exactly is what I told him. I said, I don't feel like eating tonight. I says, there's something here you can eat. And he had a sandwich that he bought, I think, yesterday and had it in there. So he warmed that up. I did not see that popo down there at the beach this year, but I posted the video yesterday, I think, of the popo, because so many people asked me about that popo video. Let's see. Somebody, Cheryl Mullins. Good night, Fireside. She's already getting off. I haven't talked to my brother. I'm going to be calling him this week. I was going to try to get him to ride down to Roanoke next weekend, but I don't think he will. He never goes anywhere. Yeah, where my niece lives, Lisa, her fiance, he already lived there, and she moved down there with him. So it's a very nice place, very nice pool and amenities in there and everything. It was nice. Let's see, the popo video was hilarious. Yeah, if y'all didn't watch it, we posted it again on Facebook last night. That was I think it was 2 years ago at the beach, actually. It was the funniest thing, though, because that popo or security guard come up there, and I had no idea who. I said, well, he can't be coming at this house because nobody's here but me. And I knew who he was looking for. It was so funny. Yeah, I'm going to probably sleep good tonight. I drank some Mountain Dew up the road, and that's why I probably couldn't fall asleep, and I was just so wound up. There was so much traffic. There was 2 backups, 2 accidents I passed where they slowed traffic down, and about 20 minutes each time the traffic got stopped. But so all right, well, I think I'm gonna get in here and thank y'all for the ones who sent little them little jewels or rubies or whatever they call them up there. Oh my goodness, it was 2022. It was 3 years ago, Gina said. Whoa. Time goes by quick, don't it? We don't even feel it, and it goes by quick. All right. Well, go check out the chicken videos. I have just posted some. Have I ever flown to Motor Beach? Yeah, I did. But usually I want to take so much stuff, I just go ahead and drive. But one year I did fly down and fly back, and that was wonderful. Tugboat just picked me up at the airport. And but I was taking chairs and everything this year, so that's why I drove. Yeah, the cruise videos are really funny too. There's a few of them that's funny, especially when Tugboat got the diarrhea. We'll have to repost that sometime. All right, everybody. Y'all have a good night, and I might go down and check out the guineas just to see where everybody's sleeping. I'm anxious to see that. But I'll talk to y'all later. Good night.